Fiduciary duties. Understanding the responsibility of trust. Presentation overview. What is fiduciary duty? We'll explore what fiduciary duty is and its definition. We'll also look at examples of fiduciary relationships to better understand its role in the financial industry. Types of fiduciary duties. We'll discuss the different types of fiduciary duties, including financial fiduciary duty and legal fiduciary duty, and how they apply to various situations. Key considerations in fulfilling fiduciary duties. We'll examine the key considerations in fulfilling fiduciary duties, including ethical and legal considerations. We'll also discuss how to ensure compliance with fiduciary standards. Understanding fiduciary duty. Definition of fiduciary duty. Fiduciary duty is a legal obligation to act in the best interests of another party, often involving a relationship of trust or confidence. Types of fiduciary relationships. Fiduciary relationships can be found in many contexts, including business partnerships, financial advising, and legal representation, and can involve various types of duties and responsibilities. Differences between fiduciary duty and other legal obligations. Fiduciary duty is distinguishable from other legal obligations, such as duty of care or a duty of loyalty, in that it requires a heightened level of loyalty and good faith towards the beneficiary of the duty. What is fiduciary duty? Fiduciary duty is a legal and ethical obligation to act in the best interests of another party. It requires a high level of trust, confidence, and loyalty, and applies in different contexts such as finance, law, and healthcare. Examples of fiduciary relationships. Business partnerships. A fiduciary relationship exists between business partners. It requires each partner to act in good faith and in the best interest of the partnership. This means that partners must avoid conflicts of interest and refrain from taking advantage of the partnership for their own personal gain. Attorney-client relationships. Attorneys have fiduciary duty to their clients, which includes acting in good faith, avoiding conflicts of interest, keeping clients' information confidential, and representing the client's interests above their own. Trustee-beneficiary relationships. Trustees have a fiduciary duty to act in the best interests of the beneficiaries, which includes managing the assets of the trust prudently, avoiding conflicts of interest, and making decisions that benefit the beneficiaries. Types of fiduciary duty. Financial fiduciary duty. Financial fiduciary duty requires that a person managing someone else's money must act in their best interest. Financial advisors, investment managers, and custodians are examples of professionals with financial fiduciary duty. Legal fiduciary duty. Legal fiduciary duty is the obligation to act in the best interest of someone else, even if it conflicts with your own interests. Examples of legal fiduciary duty include trustees, executors, and attorneys. Financial fiduciary duty. Definition of financial fiduciary duty. Financial fiduciary duty involves managing someone else's money or assets. It requires a high level of skill, care, and prudence, and is a legal and ethical obligation to act solely in the best interests of the client. Investment advisors. Investment advisors are financial professionals who have a fiduciary duty to act in the best interests of their clients, providing investment advice and managing their clients' assets. Trustees. Trustees are individuals or institutions that have been given the responsibility to manage assets or investments on behalf of another person or organization. They have a legal duty to act in the best interests of the beneficiary. Legal fiduciary duty. Attorney fiduciary duty. Attorneys have a legal fiduciary duty to act in the best interest of their clients. They must maintain confidentiality and loyalty to their clients and provide competent and diligent legal representation. Guardian fiduciary duty. Guardians have a legal fiduciary duty to act in the best interest of their wards. They must manage the ward's finances and property with the utmost care and prudence and make decisions that are in the ward's best interest. Key considerations in fulfilling fiduciary duty. Avoiding conflicts of interest. One of the key considerations in fulfilling fiduciary duty is avoiding conflicts of interest. This means avoiding situations where personal interests may conflict with the interests of those you serve. Maintaining confidentiality. Maintaining confidentiality is another important consideration when fulfilling fiduciary duty. It means keeping information confidential and only sharing it on a need to know basis. Acting in good faith. Acting in good faith means acting honestly and with integrity. It involves putting the interests of those you serve ahead of your own interests. Diligence and care. Conducting due diligence. Conducting due diligence is important in fulfilling fiduciary duty. It involves researching and verifying information about the person or entity whose affairs you are managing to ensure compliance with legal and ethical standards. Seeking expert advice. Seeking expert advice is crucial in fulfilling fiduciary duty. It involves seeking advice from professionals such as lawyers, accountants, and financial planners to ensure compliance with legal and regulatory requirements. Maintaining accurate records. Maintaining accurate records is essential in fulfilling fiduciary duty. It involves keeping clear and detailed records of all financial transactions, communications, and decision-making processes. Loyalty and confidentiality. Avoiding conflicts of interest. Fulfilling fiduciary duty requires avoiding conflict of interest, which means that a fiduciary must not put their personal interests above the interests of their client. Maintaining confidentiality. Fulfilling fiduciary duty requires maintaining confidentiality, which means that a fiduciary must keep all client information confidential and not disclose it to third parties without the client's consent. Acting in good faith. Fulfilling fiduciary duty requires acting in good faith, which means that a fiduciary must act honestly and with integrity and must always put the interests of their clients first. Conclusion. Fiduciary duty is a legal obligation to act in the best interest of another party, often a client or beneficiary. There are different types of fiduciary duties, including those in business relationships, legal relationships, and financial relationships. Key considerations in fulfilling fiduciary duties include loyalty, confidentiality, and avoiding conflicts of interest. Thank you.